Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Lineage Breaker Grand Archive TCG podcast. I am your host, Cam. With me, as always, is the glue, Steve.
Hey, guys, what's going on? And with us today, for the first time ever, I think, is both the other boys.
Is this true?
Both Trent and Mark,
We've never been on the show together at the same time.
This is wild.
No. Me and you have, but Steve was missing, right?
Right,
Yes,
I was
right.
missing.
Yeah.
So we got the full
all
squad.
four of us haven't been on the show ever.
We got the full squad.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
We're all here. We're here live from Houston, Texas, in our lovely hotel that was nice enough to let us hijack their business center is where we are as we set up the podcast. I don't know if they're very lovely people. I don't know if they quite understood how involved it was when I was like, yeah, we should have podcast. We just need a table for some people. But hey,
we arranged
hey guys,
things a little bit.
how you doing? It is Friday, whatever day that is, the day before Ascent Houston.
Yeah.
29.
People are all shuffling in. We're seeing all sorts of familiar faces. How was the trip, boys? How was your travel
It's been
to
good,
Houston?
I think.
Great.
Right? Me and you.
It was fine.
We cuddled on the airplane, watched Departed.
Yeah. I watched Departed on mute.
Yeah, he did not have it on yet. For it.
Steve was nice enough to leave subtitles on, and I've seen that movie probably a dozen times. So you can hear it in your head, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's
how
all
it goes.
in there.
Isn't it like 3
It's
hours?
3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
That's why I chose it.
Yeah, it's a 4.5 hour flight, so
Yeah.
it's got something to do. But
True.
We've made it. It's a wonderful 95 degrees here in Texas. Not a
We
not a preferred client.
Yeah,
climate.
we just got out of that temperature range back home.
It's a little hot in here, you know.
It's
like-
warm. It's warm.
Yeah.
We're also they're shouldering up, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Get a little heat.
I had long pants on, and it was so brutal when I got off the plane. I was just like, oh, this is going to be miserable. I was
It is,
accurate.
Yeah. It is awesome to see all of the beautiful faces and
Yeah, it's super crazy. I'm
We've
like
been talking to these people for a year,
right.
And now we're meeting them in person. It's great.
I need you to talk in your mic, Steven.
Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness!
need you
Oh my
to
goodness!
bring your mic with you when you
I'm
speak.
not used to this.
But yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'm a super introverted person, so it's weird where people come up and I'm like, I know that guy, and I should be like, hi, I know you, guy, but I'm like,
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
It's tough for me
know.
because I don't know the faces.
right.
The only one I knew was Lime, Gaz, and Dan, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we ran into Byfall in the elevator. Maybe he'll watch this. Sorry, I'll introduce myself.
Wait, was
later.
that Byfall? Yeah. I didn't know that was Byfall.
so whatever. But yeah, I don't know. What are you guys excited for? We didn't really plan a topic because we're just here in Houston. Everything's sort of this is all an hour
Impromptu,
after we
yeah.
woke up. I'm all over the place. So
Well,
what are you guys gonna do this weekend after you scrub out? Assuming right, we all
I think
owe
we need
for
to
it.
discuss. I think we need to first off discuss that you guys made buttons.
Yes, we did.
I think that's super cool.
Yep, we have a bunch of buttons. We are selling them out in the lobby at the moment. So
tough.
it's kind of sick.
Once again, shout out to our hotel for being so welcoming and not
gracious
kicking you
and
out
wonderful.
for just selling
Selling
buttons
things,
in their lobby. You know.
No, that's great. They love them. The staff walked up, grabbed a couple. That's not true
That's
at all.
not true at all.
This is live. They could hear you through the wall, and then
yeah.
they'll come out and defend themselves. You know, I did not buy any of your buttons. They're super
they
nice
wanted
though.
the anime one.
Yeah,
I think I have
they were
them.
very accommodating when we asked for space.
We have them.
Right. Yeah. So, Path of Button. That's what we're on. You boys are on the recoup your travel losses by flipping
I'm
buttons. You know.
I'm here for Path of Lanyard too.
Yeah.
I like Path of Arts and Crafts.
Path of Arts and Crafts. Yeah, I saw
Everyone's
that.
got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I saw that Cherry has some sweet lanyards that she's bringing down.
I really want one. Those are so cool. There's also some stickers too.
Yeah.
Somebody made some Bedivere and Trisket
Oh
stickers.
yeah, I saw those.
Oh,
yeah.
that was Con, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the art's super cute. Yeah.
I think Con drew a bunch of fan art too.
Yeah,
and made those
yeah.
play mats
Right.
that has all the tamer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really awesome.
That's awesome. I can't wait to get some play mats that I'm gonna stack up.
Tickets? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious how many
per
tickets you get per win. 'Cause
Oh, we do know.
Oh, we do know.
Early rounds it's 50 per match win, and then later rounds it's 100 per match win. So I think it's first 4 rounds is 50.
Damn, dude.
That's sick.
they-
I can't 04 drop
That's-
anymore.
I was
can't
gonna
scrub
say.
out.
Damn. We gotta play even after we're dead.
And how much is the Anxious Sylvie?
What is it?
Anxious
the
Sylvie
beanie
hat?
is 200.
It's 200. Yeah. So
So I need at least 4 rounds.
if you like 4 drop, at least you get a hat.
yeah.
You know?
As long as you show up to your table, I'm sure enough people are going to
Well,
drop that
Right.
if you think about it, we're getting into the winter months. I need a beanie.
It's true.
Yeah,
And
that is true.
If I can have an anxious Sylvie on it.
I think I want the WoW Sylvie one.
They're both very good.
Yeah, they are really good.
It's hard to say, but yeah, super exciting. I guess now, we have to play all day tomorrow. It is what it is.
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
Hey guys, I'll see you guys on Sunday when we're all in top.
This is not going to age well. We'll record the show again. Let's do this.
No,
right?
no.
Because we're here till Monday, right? So we'll record like Monday at the airport. We'll be like, so how did
that work out?
These are our predictions, right?
Right.
This
Yeah.
is our prediction video. This will be the first one that goes out next week.
Yeah.
We could do some little bit of predictions of the top 8.
Yeah, it's the 1 Xander deck, 7 decks playing 4 copies of Cruxite, 4 copies of Spirit Blade Ascension.
Yeah, it's
4
pretty cool.
copies of Majestic Incarnate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna high roll. I'm gonna go for 2 Fire Xander,
Ooh.
4 Wind Merlin.
Yeah.
And 4 might be a lot,
Sure.
but I think it's gonna be like 4 Merlin, 2
Surely,
Xander, and 2
surely
Rain.
there'll be the one Sylvie deck that tops.
There's gonna be like the one prismatic Sylvie. I
not-
guarantee it.
it's
There's gonna be
not
some
real.
ridiculous deck that just like totally crushes.
It's not
Some
real.
guy broke the meta and found out that Sylvie was actually the right answer.
The person was me.
Yeah, okay.
If you sit down and you're actually on Sylvie, wild.
So yeah, we're
I should have brought my Sylvie deck. I kind of regret not
If
bringing it.
anyone out of us was going to play Sylvie, it has to be Trent.
Yeah.
well,
is what
we're
it is.
we're in the inner circle here until the Australians show up. So we can tell the world in our predictive episode what we're playing tomorrow, and we have like a really nice spread of different decks that everyone's playing.
Yeah, it's a
Two of
very
us are
diverse
on
meta.
Wings Merlin.
What are you playing, Mark?
I'm playing Fire Merlin because
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
broken.
Nice.
Mono removal and Ancestral Recall 12 times is pretty cool.
That is pretty good. What about you, Trenton? What are you playing?
I'm on Wind Merlin, which
wow.
I didn't think I was gonna run until like 2 days ago.
Interesting. Why is that?
And why is that deck powerful, do you think?
Well, I think it's because it's very good into Fire Merlin.
Interesting.
Well, yeah. What about you, Steve? What are you playing?
I'm on Fire Merlin.
Oh, wow.
It's a mono removal
Yeah.
and Ancestral Recall for 12 cards is pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
I heard Pot of Grade's banned.
I've decided to play Wind Merlin this weekend.
wild.
Yeah,
Why is that?
I think it has a pretty good matchup into Fire Merlin, so
Oh, wow.
I'm
Okay,
looking
that's
forward
wild.
to.
How do you boys feel about Fire Xander?
I think it's actually safe.
it's gonna-
Fire Xander is the worst deck in the meta.
It's gonna
obviously.
beat me into the
Yeah.
ground. For
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna
sure-
get
I'm
stomped by
pretty sure
Fire
that's the only deck we're
Xander,
gonna lose
honestly.
to.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we have a better matchup because we have removal.
It's pretty bad still.
well.
I've got some sideboard Rye and Little Jewel.
Makes it a little better, but
Makes it a little better.
I
so
stole your
spark lights
idea.
are good, but
It's
hey,
still
yeah,
pretty
good
bad.
idea. Where'd you
It
find it?
It was your side deck. It was pretty good.
so yeah, I'm hoping we're wrong, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's looking like we all kind of assume that that's going to be the whole room is Merlin decks, Lorraine decks, and then exactly Fire Xander as the only deck that doesn't play Crux cards.
Even just talking to people in the lobby,
Yeah.
it's like very obvious that it's just like,
Oh,
yeah,
they were
everyone's
all
on
on it.
Merlin.
Yeah,
like
great.
it's the way.
I hate it. Hopefully they're all on Fire Merlin. That's my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Is that
Unfortunately, I believe
cruise.
you two boys have the better matchup into that.
Oh yeah, it's great. It feels
because,
great.
Mono removal versus mono removal, pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they have so many answers where like they can flicker their own Majestic Spirit and then we can't kill theirs, and eventually you just grind us out.
Yeah, you only have
I
4
expect-
disintegrates.
I expect our mirror to go to time though. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Hey, you know what we do have though? We have 3 Sparkle Lights in our main deck that we
That's
can
true.
hit them in the face.
that's
with.
true. That's 9 damage.
That's 9 damage head, and then you have fireballs and they die. you
Right,
know?
correct.
They don't even play Veiling Breeze.
Exactly.
That's
So-
not true.
Or Resolute Stand.
4 of those.
We don't play those cards.
Well,
They're
Resolute
bad.
Stand
Resolute
doesn't
Stand,
work,
yeah.
so you know you're
Oh,
safe.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
attack
they have
damage.
to Veiling
yeah.
Breeze. So you have to make them have it.
Well, they'd
Yeah.
never. Surely they would never have enough cards to Veiling Breeze. Right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean they don't draw any cards.
Are you running Blanche? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you too?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm running Blanche.
All
Wow.
right.
Yeah, wild.
Let's
I'm
stop
also
this.
running
It's just I can't.
This is the worst.
People are gonna watch this. They're gonna be like, "Is this genuine? Like, are they? what? So we are excited for
Yeah.
the tournament. We also have they're doing an event tonight, which is neat.
It's a
We're going to
trade
trade night, which I didn't like. We were.
I brought 0 trades
Yeah.
with me.
I did bring trades, but we were in the airport, and I was like, why aren't they doing trade night at the hotel? I don't get it, because everyone's here. We see all the the weebs running around, And we're like, oh, it's at a bar. And I was like, oh, this is a very different night for me, I think. It's going to become dangerous that I have anything worth money in my possession. I'm going to be like trading CSRs for, a shot.
Yeah. Look, if you buy next round, take this. Take this foil Ascension.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. So we'll see how that goes. Or it could go, the opposite way, and somebody does that for us. So,
Well,
I'll buy shots for CSRs, right? Like,
Same.
Seems like a good deal.
Right.
I think, But yeah, so that's later on tonight. We're going to look to, probably catch some other people today. But other than that, we're just, we're on relax mode until the big show tomorrow. Yeah. You guys excited for the presentation at the end of the weekend?
I think that is the only thing I'm excited.
I'm super excited for.
I'm very excited to see what the future brings for this game.
Yeah, me too.
I made sure to sow the seeds early and tell Silidar that I was going to in real life riot if we don't see the cleric champion. So he chose to dismiss my question. So we'll see if that's
I'll riot with you, Cam.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't you specified cute girl?
Oh well, of course. Yeah. That's why we put out that video.
I think the Kickstarter cleric was a dude.
I know, but did you know that the Kickstarter assassin was a girl?
Ooh,
I trust it.
No, different one.
So
very different.
So, Mark, our job as the two larger individuals is to hold Cam back so he doesn't throw things at the stage or rush it.
Okay.
I will.
I know. Once they
both take one arm and just.
Once they put up the old man cleric, we have to.
It's like you know how definitely similar. I promise. The mother's baby is like trapped under a car or something. She gets the superhuman strength. That's how I feel. It's like in the moment I'll be the strongest man alive. for sure.
You're just palming chairs across the room.
I'm really just hyped for Ranger though.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
I think Ranger's really
I'm just
cool.
hoping for like a robot guardian, and then I'll just only play that.
Did you see the Kickstarter Guardian art? It was
She's
really hot. I mean, sorry,
I didn't see it.
That's cringe, but
it is great shit.
Yeah,
send me the pictures later.
Yeah, I saw Mark reply to that image on Discord. Just said, "I lost." so stupid.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Listen, we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
We were traveling for the anime card game.
Yeah.
These are thoughts that everyone has.
No, it's just like this is good.
Yeah, I mean, I
Big
think
old strong girl.
I don't know. Like, do you think that we're gonna see champions this weekend? Is it too soon?
I don't think so, because if you think about it, right? Like it's December. It's December.
I got that for you.
I thought it
December or like.
I think it's
Q1.
December.
Oh, I thought it was Q1 next year.
No, I think it's
No, that's
December?
nationals.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Well,
okay.
surely we're gonna start seeing spoilers.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like we've
like
already seen 3 cards.
3 a.m. spoilers.
yeah, right.
Check still
In real life,
Rain
yeah.
Wolf on Twitter.
Yeah.
Make sure you're following.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, when did I feel like FTC spoilers started so early? I feel like
Right, that was because it was like months and months away, right? Like,
Well,
they
but,
started
like-
in like what, May or like end of May.
Yeah, but I think the plan is like the reason why they did spoilers so early is because it's a single print run game, right? So
Yeah.
they want all the spoilers out before LGSs and stuff, like put in pre-orders. So like you would assume if the set's out in December, we probably are getting pre-orders
Well,
in like
I think it's
month?
either like
Yeah,
end
that's
of
true.
December, early January,
Right.
Because it's
Yeah.
like 4 months.
Yeah, I don't know if it has an exact date or not.
They haven't
we'll,
announced
we'll,
it.
we'll squeeze it out of them.
Right, they haven't announced it quite yet. Hopefully, that's one of the things during the announcement.
Right.
But I'm almost guaranteed that it has to be end of December, early January.
Yeah, so hopefully we see some stuff. We also have like I think so. What's the date for Ascent
It's,
Auckland?
D1 to 3, December 1st to the 3rd.
Because they're not going to have it for that,
No.
which is important.
Right.
So it won't be quite literally the first week of December.
No,
so
that's what I'm saying. End of
yeah,
December,
so maybe it's
first
like
week of
early
January.
January. Yeah. It's hard to be the end of December, right? Because nobody wants to release anything at the end of December,
that's true.
So
Yeah.
probably second week of January.
But who knows? Maybe it's like the week after Ascent Auckland. They just
Second week of
just like
January.
throw up the middle fingers, and be like,
Wild.
"Have fun at your event, dummies."
I'm
That
just-
sets out next week.
I'm just assuming that we're gonna get a good chunk, or like I'm hoping at least level 1 champions for the.
I just gotta know, man. It's the not knowing.
Right. Just give me
Knowing's half the battle.
Give me level
Did
1.
you know that,
Yeah, I did know that. Just give me the level 1 champions, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think
I just want the art, bro. I don't care about the text. You kidding me?
I'm the opposite. I don't even care about the art. I really just want to see
Power gamer.
I don't even want to see the
He just wants to see
champions.
what Ranger
I want to
does.
see the like core mechanic, because the core mechanic they had was like super cool.
Yeah.
Because they had like the arrows that go back to the material deck, and then Guardian had a keyword that made stuff take less damage, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's actually kind of sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just want to see if like the Kickstarter core mechanics they had
What
changed.
was the cleric core mechanic?
It was
Cleric
broken.
could play cards from memory that had a certain keyword, and then
trap
you could pay. You could
That's
pay for
wild.
cards by picking them up.
Yeah. It had
Oh,
an opposite mechanic. Yeah, where it's
Surely
like,
cannot do that.
too good. It's where you would pay cards from your memory by picking up cards from your memory. It's just like, why? Why would
Cleric Storm? Cleric
It's like
Storm?
insane how good that would be.
Well, I
I'll
mean,
put
it
down 4,
fits
pick up 3, put down
for the,
2, pick up 1. Like, oh my
block,
god.
Right?
What's that?
It like would fit for the the stun variant of that deck, where like
Sure,
everything
yeah.
is like stopping your opponent from.
I mean,
playing. And
yeah,
If
if
you
all
have
the-
like a counter spell that pick up 5 cards out of your memory, cast it from your memory, banish it, counter card.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if it's all stuff that requires your opponent, it might be okay.
Right.
Um,
Like nothing to progress your board state,
right.
just stuff to interrupt your opponent.
Right, you can't just take 3 turns in a row. But yeah, if it is counter spell that you have to play out of your memory, is a little bit different. Where like if your opponent plays a spell on your turn, that's on them.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. But even still, I think it'd be super.
I think that might be worse, because then you can just like drop a creature and then say there is a counter spell
Right.
that
Oh,
just
you mean
sits in
make-
there. I think that would
It'd
be
be
worse.
insane.
You mean
Yeah,
make control
yeah.
good?
I think your proactive stuff should be what's in there. Like you have like fast activation creatures potentially.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
You already
Or
have
just
one. Right?
bodies, but you like so you interact, put stuff down, fast activate a creature on the end of their turn. Maybe would be
Sure.
a little more fair. It still seems
It's kind of
gross.
wild. It seems gross in every way. So I'll see you there when Ascent Boston next year is all cleric players.
Ascent
So-
Marlboro?
Ascent Marlboro. Yeah. I'll host. Yeah.
256 on Webway Games.
And do like 60. You know,
We'll just rent the ballroom
about it.
at the.
Yeah, that's true. We'll rent the Black Library. That's that's what we call next door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the red balloon. Yeah, it's
That's
a 40K thing. You know,
Yeah, I know.
because like the.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's rough. Okay.
Yeah, super excited to see stuff at the end of the weekend. Sort of have to push ourselves through the tournament. It feels like, but
I'm still excited to sit down and play
Yeah,
against
for
people.
sure.
Like,
Yeah, especially because like we've been playing against each other for months.
Yeah,
It'll be
right.
nice to play against like a room full of people that we haven't played against.
yeah.
Well, it's so weird, right? Like it feels like I assume everyone. I like obviously there's the Discord and a lot of those people are really talented and all of them are here today, or this weekend. But I feel like most people that are playing Grand Archive, because the game is so small, are playing in these like sort of very small circles, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard. I think we have a right read on what's going on here, but like it's not,
It's not
Yeah.
a guarantee.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right,
I
like-
mean,
I hope someone figured out something that's sick and just crushes
Right.
what we're doing. But
Or thought they did and then hasn't played against.
I think
Merlin decks.
Yeah, my Sylvia build is sick, and then they play against anything.
well, I think there's a real world.
That was real for me.
Yeah.
There might be a real world where they're like, oh, they have 1 or 2 Merlin players at their locals, so they're like, oh, my deck's like pretty good against the field, and then sometimes they just variants win against Merlin. They're like, oh, it's
Sure.
not that bad.
Sure,
And
yeah.
then they show up here, and it's like
Winnable.
round after round of Merlin, and then it's like,
I will say that for all of our pre-FTC testing, I was on like Water Sylvie, and it was like absolutely cracked.
Right.
And then I showed up to a web like cam tournament, and
Yeah.
it got absolutely crushed by a 410.
Well, it's so tough to because like when anything new comes out,
Oh, yeah.
obviously all of us want to test the things that are not the thing that is probably broken,
Yeah.
right? So like in our pre-FTC testing, Trent's playing this Water Sylvie deck, and we're all playing absolute just like dog piles of shit. And it's like, oh, Water Sylvie's broken because none of us are playing any established archetypes. We're just playing piles of cards, So like,
Hey,
it's always tough. Like nobody wants to be the control group, right? Like
Yeah.
we all loathe it when we have to do it. It's like, okay, can you play Wind Lorraine against this or whatever? I'm like, fine, So like I get it, but
if
but like if you think about it, at the end of the day, like our 3-drop control deck is sick.
I think that deck is cool. And
We
we
just
lose to
we're just
Merlin.
gonna- we're just gonna talk about it. We're not gonna tell you what it is, but it's a sick deck.
They know what
It is cool.
No, we don't.
They
We
know.
haven't talked about
They
it ever.
know. But yeah,
3-drop
it's,
control is great.
it's the same thing. It's like any control deck that doesn't draw 15 cards should be a control deck drawing 15 cards
Right,
instead.
but
you know?
surely
Correct.
that control deck is, if we don't have the Crux package,
Right.
that control deck is sick.
Yeah, how do we feel? We can also date ourselves. It's great to say things and look like an idiot. Like that's the content that
Well,
I strive for.
Fix the game, ban the 12 Crux cards that everyone plays.
That might be a
I don't know
little
about all
extreme,
12, but-
you know. But yeah, I don't know
Well,
what it.
by 12 Crux cards, I mean you ban
Avarice.
Avarice, you ban.
The construction is here. You can maybe hear the beeping.
I hope
There's a
not.
scissor lift outside where we're gaming.
You ban Avarice, you ban Ascension, and you ban Incarnate.
That's a lot.
That-
That's you're
Incarnate, I don't know.
I'm
That's a
on
lot.
the one Avarice ban and let me do prismatic edge loops with
I,
my
st-
3-color
I,
deck.
I don't think Ascension should be left in the format.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that is the problem. I think that Ascension should probably go, but like we have, I think Mark is probably right in that Avarice is the one on their watch list. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of how we feel, I think it is most likely that they ban Avarice, if anything.
I mean, Pot of Greed has been banned since 2000. And
Yeah.
So
this one costs 2, dude.
No, it
It's
takes
a,
one,
it's a
doesn't
Crux card.
it replaced, but
It takes one.
Wow, yeah. Not the way I use them.
This is a little copium too. I think they can make the problem like a little less bad, where they could remove the high rolly factor, where it's like, so if you sort of Ascension into Cruxite, I haven't done the exact math, but it's such a high likelihood to hit one of the other 8 cards you're playing that also draw 2. And if you get the first 2, it feels really hard to actually brick your chain. Whereas like, so it wouldn't fix the issue, but maybe if they hit Cruxite,
Right.
if they
Yeah.
wanted to keep, I don't think they want to keep Avarice looping in, but if they wanted to take out 4 copies of it, maybe it helps. But I think people would just adapt and play more ghosts and
Yeah,
Right.
well, I think the thing with Cruxite too is that you can just use it to get back ghosts, which is also pretty brutal.
Yeah, in,
Like-
like in the Merlin mirrors, I use it almost exclusively to get back copies of Incarnate Majesty.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so
it does
stupid,
everything.
you
Pretty
know?
tough.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's tough. I don't know, like in a world where, in our perfect world, right, where they ban Spirit Blade Ascension, right? Crux is still the best deck, I think, like probably by a real margin. I don't think it is a deck that is unsurmountable anymore, as it feels like right now. But I think even if they ban their best card, you probably, like, if you rank Grand Archive best cards right now, I would say probably like 3 of the top 5 are Crux cards.
oh, easily.
So like you ban the best one, they still get the second best and the third best, right? So I don't know. It's a tough place to be, but I think at least with Ascension gone or Avarice gone, one or the other,
in a perfect world.
people can breathe, right?
Yeah.
Like hopefully the new set, because it's strange. I've said this a couple of times. I don't know if it's been on the podcast, but FTC is weird because it's it's a supplemental set. It's only 90 cards. And so in DOA, very obviously Crux was the strongest element, right? So it's hard with a 90 card set unless it is completely ignoring, Crux and like really targeted at making the other decks better. It's really hard to have there be enough cards to make a
Which
difference,
originally
right?
was our original prediction when we
Right.
first were talking about it.
Well, especially because all of the spoilers that we saw at first were non-warrior cards,
Right.
and we were like, "Oh, they're just not printing any cards for warrior."
Right.
And for what it's worth, they really didn't. They just printed the one, and that's good enough, right?
Right, yeah.
I guess 2, but
My problem with
well, they
FTC
added Merlin too,
Right.
so 3.
yeah,
My problem with FTC is that it felt like in DOA, sure, you had like Wind and Fire Lorraine, but there were
Right.
decks that were like clearly fine into them, and they were
Yeah.
very playable. But it feels like Merlin being added to the game kind of closed the door, where it's like, I can find plenty of decks that can beat up Merlin because she's like racing to 3, and you play like these aggressive piles that just beat her up.
right,
And then you play a game against Wind Lorraine, and you can't touch them at all.
right,
Or vice versa, where you can find something that like can edge out versus Wind Lorraine, Fire Lorraine, but then you play against Merlin, it's like, I'm just playing a worse late game deck.
right.
It just feels like the other two kind of protect each other's bad matchups and just really edge everything else out of the format, which is, I think it made the problem worse,
Yeah, I agree. I think that we've gone from 2 Lorraine decks to 4, right? Like, because the Lorraine decks monopolize the mid game and the Merlin decks monopolize the end game, and so the only decks that can compete is the decks that try to win in the early game, because that's when both of those decks are fairly weak, because they don't get to play their broken Crux cards until they're level 3, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a tough one, but I mean, every game is not without problems, right?
With, the inclusion of another 300 card set.
I got you this mic.
I don't understand. Like, what am I supposed to do like this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
You see what I'm doing?
Yeah, I
See
see
what the
that.
mic is?
It's
Describe
awful.
it.
Sorry.
I just had to talk into the other one.
Yeah.
It's not great. Mobile's awful.
Wow.
But
It's the same thing as the mic that we have at the studio. It's just not on an arm. So
yeah, I know. I
So
can't
you
just
move
put
it
it
in
can't
front of your
float in
face?
front of your face.
I know, it's great.
I just want the people to hear you, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
People, they love you.
They don't
Steven.
love me.
They
Let's
love
be
want
real.
to hear
They love
you.
you, and I'm
Listen,
just here.
I love you.
Anyways.
If you're watching this after it comes out in a week or whatever,
Or 4.
or 4 weeks, hey, you let us know in the comments how much you love Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, what I was saying is 300 cards.
Yeah.
That's a lot of a difference.
Yeah, it's huge.
So, and hopefully we're getting 3 more ascended
right. I think
elements
so.
with the new heroes, champions. So I think the game will evolve past Crux, hopefully.
Yeah, it's easier when the card pool is theoretically like doubling.
Right.
And we're also adding 3 new classes and 3 new elements into the game, where like the problem, especially with Crux now, is that like comparatively the other ascended elements that you get are like fairly weak. Like I think Arcane is strong, but very like linear, right? Like the Arcane cards do the Arcane thing, and it's very hard to play anything other than using these to combo
And
kill you.
It's almost easy to stumble them.
Right. Yeah. Easier now for sure. And then Luxem and Terra are a doggy. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think a lot of that issue, like if I were to make an open letter to the devs, like I think
here it
actually,
is. Here's your open letter
here's
to the
my
devs,
open letter.
because they do watch the show.
Yeah, Solidar, listen, man. I think one of the genuine problems is like if you compare level to level a lot of the champions, you compare like level 2 Xander to anything else that's a level 2 of a champion.
Right.
You compare level 1 Sylvie to level 1 Lorraine, level 2 Sylvie to level 2 Lorraine. Like nothing other than Warrior has these absurdly powerful level ups on top of giving them the best advanced element, where it's like it needs to be spread out more. Like Terra should probably, considering her 3 levels are frankly not good at all,
Right.
she should probably have the best late game.
Right.
But unfortunately she has the worst one. And then Xander feels like you have these really powerful, cool things at level 3, but like you just can't hold card advantage.
Right.
And if you're playing Water, you have all this really cool early game stuff, but you can't, like the early game helps you get there, and then you're just holding cards, trying to flip, and if you don't draw the right cards and you're playing against Merlin, you just lose.
Right.
I think it's just like they spread out the levels and the elements. They very much fit the aesthetics, but the balance wise, they just don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Very
Like
much.
I feel like every level for Xander you should be getting prepped.
I could see that.
Like level 1 you get 1, level 2 you get 2, level 3 you get 3. Make your prep cards actually worth playing.
I think that's reasonable too, because then you hit like level 3, and if you're on Wind Xander, you can do like ensnaring fumes or whatever,
Correct.
like so that you can reset the board state or do something equally powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if every time you leveled up with Xander, you got more prep counters. Like Fishing Accident would
Playable?
actually be a
Right.
good card.
Right.
Like, it is a great card.
It is.
But like
you can't support it.
I have to play bad cards to play this good removal card.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
I think they could even do something where they just release like new. For example, if they released a new level 2 Sylvie that said something like, whenever a beast with whatever power you want, so they can only play a couple, enters this turn, you get to draw a card or something.
Right.
Because her current level 2, you can never actually trigger it twice unless your opponent's not playing the game.
Right.
Well, you have to cast Giant Turtle and Blue Slime in order to even get there.
And then,
It's very
you
tough.
die because you're playing 1/5s, right?
It's pretty tough.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank you. No, thank you.
We'll just put up the Lineage Break logo while we're talking.
While we're
over it
talking, yeah.
and just have like video error.
No, you know what we should do? We should put up like
We all just buy VTuber models.
That'd be amazing.
no. So like the doodle cards. We'll just take 4 of them, and whenever one of us talking, we just shake the card on 1/4 of the screen. I'll be the doodle Lorraine.
Well, I'm clearly giant turtle.
Trained hawk, please.
Well, that's why I record stuff. Yeah, I think I was hoping. Welcome back, team. I was hoping that it would. There's like a stop where the camera has to stop recording, but I was hoping if it was on not its own power that it would not do that, but it will do that. So I guess I have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. All good.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the nice part about the like weaker champions is that I think a lot of their text is fine. Like I think level 2 Sylvie's text is fine. I guess level 2 Sanders is pretty bad. But a lot of these can be like solved by printing cards into their decks. It's not like a champion design issue, which is cool. I think that the opposite is true. Like I think that Lorraine has a champion design issue where like her text is too good, so printing her good cards is problematic. Where like if you just print better animals and beasts for Sylvie, level 2 Sylvie is like an insane effect. If your creatures are better.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a free level up, right? You get rid of 2 cards.
I will say the only time that it's like really good is when you go like animal beast dungeon guide in the same turn, and that's very hard to do.
Yeah.
Like you're crazy. Yeah, you're like running like it's tough. But then it's like very good. You just leveled up for free.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, just like imagine a world where you have more Betavirs, right? Like things that are hard to kill and will stay on the board with your keyword, right?
Like squirrel, gray wolf.
Yeah, that's the move. That's why I run 4 of those.
Right.
Yep. Then you're playing like some pretty
then you have to play squirrel and gray wolf.
Yeah, it's not the world we want to be in. I think another thing is that we did like a little spider where we checked how many regalia each class had, and like not even just counting main deck powerful cards, because you're always going to see your material deck every game. Like if you just count up the actual powerful effects Warrior has compared to Sylvie, like you're playing a bunch of 0 mana Gaina levels, which don't do anything.
Yeah.
And you like, there's no really powerful, potent stuff. And then you go into Lorraine, who just has all the absurd material deck cards. Or Mage has some really good ones too.
Right.
And those 2 decks were obviously in the first set a lot better than the other decks.
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's tough to balance a game with such a small card pool. So I hope at the end of the day that it is a card pool problem, and I hope that much like they sort of did in FTC, where we have a bunch of class cards that are outside of the supported class, right? Like we got like kind of an absurd amount of player cards in FTC. I hope in ALC that we get some stuff to like support the other archetypes, and hopefully none of those cards are warrior. And I think if that is true, we're probably in fine shape. You get some more tamer cards.
I mean, the thing is, we're on literally set 2 or like the supplemental set, so it's like you can't be like too critical. It is what it is. It's fine, but it's a little tough.
It's just rough after playing the same format for a year and seeing the same deck for a year, and then hopeful that this supplement set
it's a different deck
would fix the problem, and then it's just like
we're playing a different deck. My champion is different.
It is different, but
it just says 30 of the same.
26 of the cards are different.
Yeah, right.
You're just doing,
and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're just doing the same thing, but like
better. I think I'm really hoping. I genuinely believe at the end of day 2 of Ascent, like tournament's over, they're gonna come out and just like drop a BNR right then. Emergency ban.
All of this is going to be so tough when you watch it back in 2 days. It's like, we're all gonna top 32, and also they're gonna ban all these cards.
Yeah, we were totally wrong.
I don't think I'm gonna top
like
32.
About everything. Yeah.
It's hopeful wishes, right?
Yeah. Well, we're here to be hopeful and excited, and here we are dooming and glooming in our our business
I love
center.
this.
We can't all just always be doom and gloom, but sometimes it's
we're a podcast, right? Podcast got to have some opinions.
Right.
True.
Get a little spicy.
Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm hungry. I want to eat food. And we have, I guess, things to do. I don't know. Our date is late. they'll be soon. I don't know how these are going to release in chronological order. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. It's great to have all of the boys here. We have the equipment now. The only reason that we didn't do this before is because
we have a secret closet at Wet Games, and it doesn't accommodate for 4
But we at least have the mics now. The mics was a real issue.
We can do
I didn't have 4
little
mics.
couch podcast when we get back.
That's true. We can set up on the couch on the coffee table.
Yeah,
it's mobile now.
It's mobile. Look at this.
Yeah.
You should see it. We'll put pictures up.
Yeah.
Oh
no!
The private
room. The burger dungeon.
That's what it's for.
The burger dungeon. Yeah.
The room for sure.
It's for us.
You used to go in there and play cool math games. It was like stupid.
Oh god.
Yeah, on the little computer. But yeah, now it's for our podcast. I'll reach out to the manager of the Burger King and I'll see what we can do.
Talk to the king himself.
Yeah, I'll speak with Mr. King.
He's gonna hang up on you.
Hi, we're calling about
We'd like to rent your private space.
the Marlboro location.
All right. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we will have time to record more stuff over the weekend. I think we should try to record a thing on Monday, us for the...
like a retrospective would be awesome.
We're just going to put it at the end of this episode. It's like 5 seconds long. It's like, everything we said was wrong. We're stupid. All right, see you later.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be great. At the thing, they announced that they're ending the game.
They're canceled, yeah, for sure. All right, we will see you guys then. Thanks for watching.
Guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Peace.